Hello, I'm Holly, and today I'm going to show you a few stretches to lengthen your legs. Now, before you start, you may like to grab a towel or a strap, a belt could work as well, and just have it nearby. We don't need it quite yet, but have that where you can easily grab it, and then sit back on the hips, stretch your arms long, and take a deep breath here. Just try to feel your whole body for a moment. And then come up into a tabletop. Step your left leg forward until your knee is right over your ankle here. Find a lunge, low lunge, so the back knee is down. And we're pushing the hips forward and down here. So lift your heart, looking straight ahead, and just try to let go of any tension through your hips. Then press back to a hamstring stretch. So here you want your spine to be as straight as possible and this leg to be as straight as possible. If your hands don't reach the floor, you might like to have some blocks or something to rest your hands so you still have that external support. For a little more stretch, grab your toes, pull back. A little more if you want to try a little balance challenge. Take both hands to your toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deep hamstring stretch. So a few breaths just like that, whatever option you're in. Core is engaged. And just visualize the muscles in the back of your leg lengthening, getting softer. Then from here, we're just going to rock it out. Inhale to the lunge, right where we started. Lift your heart and your head. Exhale to the hamstring stretch. So just one breath per movement, gentle flow. Inhale, push the hips forward. Exhale, push back, and if you want to add a little weight as you inhale, circle the arms up overhead. As you exhale, frame your front foot. Slow, deep breaths. One more breath. Whatever option you're in, just choose the options that feels good. Push back, and that can change from day to day as well. So we're back here in the hamstring stretch. Now, option to go deeper if you're not feeling a strong stretch back here is just to start to slide that leg forward. Use your hands to keep some of your body weight out, and you're coming down into the splits. Now, you may not make it all the way down here, and that's totally fine, but you could go in that direction. It might look more like this. Again, you could have blocks under your hands. And that's just an option to take it further. If you're new to stretching, don't go for this one right away, but after you've done this video, maybe a few weeks, you could start to move in this direction. And then maybe fold forward for an even deeper stretch. This is more of an advanced stretch, so don't go for this one straight away. Okay, come on back. Let's go to child's pose once again, and we're going to do it on the other side. Take a slow, deep breath, and see if you can feel the difference between the side you stretched and the side that you haven't stretched yet. So now right leg is going to step up for that lunge. Again, pushing the hips forward and down, lifting your heart. Stack the joint knee right over ankle. That's very important. You do not want the knee going out over your toes. It's not good for the joint. So just a straight line there is great. And then push back. Let's release the hamstrings, straight spine, straight leg, or as straight as you can get it. If you need a little bend in the knee, that's all right too. Just breathe into the hamstrings. If this is too much for this left knee, you can always put a towel or a little more padding, double up your mat. so that it's got kind of a softer cushion is an option if this isn't feeling good. And then maybe try that balance challenge over here, pulling the toes back. That'll bring the stretch up into your calves. Maybe both hands. You could just hold this as long as you want to. I'd say at least 30 seconds right here. And then rock it out. Breathe in. Breathe out, just like we did on the other side. Breathe in. Lift your head and your heart. Push the hips forward. And each breath, see if you can take it just a little farther. Work on the range, pushing the hips maybe just an inch farther forward. If you want to raise the arms and add a little weight, you can. And then push back. Let's do 3 more breaths. And hold the stretch once again. Straight leg, long spine. But if your leg isn't fully straight or your spine isn't fully straight, I would stay here, work on this for a little while. If you feel like you're not really feeling so much of a stretch back here in this position, slide that leg forward and take it slow, especially if it's your first time trying this. The other leg will just automatically go back, and you can find yourselves in some version of the splits and hang out there for a bit. Now, you should not feel any strain or pain right here. If you do, come out of it a little bit. Maybe there's a foot between your hips and the mat. That's totally fine. This is how you build towards it, increase your flexibility. And this is a great option just to stay right where we started. And maybe every day you just slide the heel 1 more inch. All right, let's step back. Sit back on the heels, spread your fingers out, take a breath once again in that child's pose. Let go through your neck. Tuck your toes and just float your hips up to the sky. Let's pedal out the calves, bending 1 knee at a time. Keep your neck relaxed. Maybe shake your head no. No to any negative self-talk. Nod your head yes. Yes to nice long, lean, healthy legs. And then lift both heels high. Press both heels down. And then bring your knees down to the mat. We need a towel or a belt, something like that, unless you can reach your toes from here. So I like to use a little towel, a little hand towel, bring it around the sole of my foot. I'm going to start with a straight spine. Just take a few slow deep breaths down the back of the leg. Square your shoulders towards your foot. Making your exhales a little longer than your inhales. And for these longer stretches, you may like to just put on your favorite song, a song you're enjoying right now. Songs are usually around 3 minutes, which is a great amount of time to hold a stretch, to make real change. It needs to be at least 30 seconds, preferably 90 seconds at the least, if you really want to get into the fascia and have that lasting flexibility. And then after about 45 seconds, 30 seconds, you can round and reach your nose for your knee. Relax your neck and shoulders. Just slow, deep breaths, heavy head. long hamstring stretch. I'm going to show you one other option. It's the same exact stretch, but you can do it from your back and just hold your leg up like this. So that's another option. This one you can do first thing in the morning when you wake up in bed. This can feel really nice. You get a little bit of an inversion this way, but it's stretching the same muscles. It's the same stretch as this one. So see what feels good to you. Maybe some days you want that inversion, other days the seated stretch might feel more comfortable. But I just wanted to show you that so you could switch it up. All right, let's change to the other side. So same thing, extend your leg. If you can reach your toes, you can, with a straight spine, you can do that. Otherwise, take the towel around the sole of your foot. Start with a straight spine, again for about 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Some deep hamstring stretches. So if you're a runner or a cyclist, you like to hike, all of those things really can tighten the length of the hamstrings, so this is a great stretch for you. And if hamstrings are something you're working with your massage therapist on, then this is a great stretch. In between massages, if you keep stretching, then the work will go a lot faster. Right, when you're ready, just forward fold, nose to the knee. Just breathe, just let everything go. Can you visualize the muscles in the back of your leg lengthening? Visualization can be very helpful when you're working on a specific group of muscles. So I would say it would be a good idea to look up what the muscles are, what they look like, depending on what you're focusing on right now. If it's hamstrings, you may have a general idea what they look like. But if you go look at a picture, something a little more specific, where they attach, what other muscles are surrounding them, it will give you a better visualization. And that really does help make the progress come faster. One more breath, and let's sit up, shake it out, and then turn over into child's pose.